Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. In the last episode, Vaan made his great prison escape with a little help from his friends, Balthier, Fran, and, well, Basch. I don't know if Basch is really a friend, but whatever. In this episode, he's going to meet up with old Dallin so he can find out where Penelo is at and show her the shiny rock he stole. So let's head on our way down there. Let's see, there was a gate right here. I always forget about this gate. Oh, yeah. Well, before we go too far in the story, I think, we'll probably take care of a couple side quests while we're back in town. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We're gonna take care of a few things first, then side quests, then main story. Lots and lots and lots of stuff to do. Anyway, we're at old Dallin's place, so let the scene begin. Or not, because it doesn't start till I actually talk to him.
Well, look who we have here. Heard you were sent off to Nalpina.
And I got out of there as fast as I could. But it was all worth it, Dallin. Here, look at this.
My. Quite a treasure you've got there.
Well, you know, I couldn't have done it without your help.
So, there is more to this gutter churl than first meets the eye. Vaan, I've an errand, a simple favor to beg of you. I was going to ask that kites to go, but I should think that you ought to do. No, I think you're just the one. There's a fellow by the name of Azalas, and I need you to bring this sword to him.
That's a sword of the old order.
Speak my name when you arrive. That should be enough to get you in to see him. I've made a note on your map showing you where he can be found. Mind you, you are to deliver the sword to him personally.
I will. Hey, Dallin. Do you think I could get you to do something for me? I need you to find out where Penelo is. I wanted to show her what I got from the palace, but I haven't been able to find her anywhere. Can you let me know if you hear anything?
You can just leave that to me.
Thanks, Dallin.
And so it is done, but will it be enough to remind him of what the Order once meant?
Alright, so with our new errand and a fancy new sword in our key items inventory, so even if Vaan was a knight, he wouldn't be able to equip it, we are off to run that errand. Which is in the next map up on the west side of Lowtown. So I guess on the way there I could talk about editing related stuff. I'm currently trying to get some work done on a different mini-series, I guess. I don't know, I wanted to get in some practice doing something other than just editing and video and audio files and then typing some things on top of them. Anyway, we're here, so I'll save that for later. I'm supposed to deliver something to a man named Azalas. This is the place, right? And who was it told you that? Old Dallin. He said I have to give this to him personally. Does nothing get past that Dallin? He has ears in every wall. All right, get inside, but not a word of what you see or hear in there. You got that? And cutscene.
Then what do you make of Andor's proclamation? Are you suggesting they fooled even the Marquis?
What if a judge killed the king, not the captain? That would explain everything, wouldn't it?
In that case, the captain would be brother to a judge. How are we to trust such a man?
Why does he have an oven mitt?
Now there is the Basch that I remember.
Then will you fight again at my side? His word alone convinces me of nothing.
I'd take his word over that of a mouthpiece Marquis.
Then you name Rex liar with him.
My brother was no liar!
Just the opposite. Rex was the witness they needed. They had to make it appear as if I killed the king. Rex bears no blame. The fates have willed it.
So this is Rex's brother. Your words may convince a child such as this, but they weigh far too lightly on the scales for my taste. Our paths will remain separate.
Do you not think Amalia worth saving?
I hold men's lives in my hands. I must see foes in every shadow. The night we moved against Vaan, he knew. I will not chance such disadvantage again. I must treat you as I would Ondor, as I would treat any abettor of the Empire.
Then what will you do? Hold me here in chains?
Dun dun dun.
Some things never change, do they?
Listen to me, Basch. Your cage may have no bars, but it is a cage. The eyes of the Resistance watch unblinking.
Let them watch. I know something of cages.
Ah, he got a good one in there.
That's right. Amalia's in the Resistance.
Then you know her.
Sorta. We met just before we got sent to Nalbina. I've known nicer people.
Our paths keep crossing, yours and mine. It's more than coincidence.
It's annoying.
I'm sorry. Allow me one last annoyance, a favor to ask. I want you to take me to Balthier. Even caged birds need wings.
This makes us even.
Even?
For Nalbina. We couldn't have done it without you.
Well, we probably could have. Anyway, Basch is now a permanent member of our party, and we can go ahead and put him into a job, which I will do now. Now, spoiler alert, my job for Basch is going to suck. I'm going to make him a white mage. My storyline reasoning for making Basch a white mage is that while he was on the battlefield with Wrastler in that opening cutscene, he failed to be able to stop the arrow or keep Wrastler alive after getting hit with said arrow. If that soldier hadn't died, he should have deserved a promotion. Anyway, so my justification for that is Basch wants to learn how to heal so he doesn't have to put up with being helpless, as it were, in a situation like that ever again. On a more technical note, Basch doesn't really favor the white mage class. He's a physically oriented unit, and his magic scores are low, similar to Balthier's. I think he's a slightly better spellcaster than Balthier, but that is not saying much of anything, really. So basically, Basch's best classes are going to be almost the same as Balthier's. Ulan, Monk, maybe not Shikari as much. Archer, though. Despite those scaling off speed, Basch makes a pretty decent archer. Anyway, we want to make sure we pick up White Magic 1. Accessories. Rods 1. I think Mystic Armor 1 is still around. I'm going to grab it just in case. And we're also going to pick up Mystic Armor 2. Anyway, that's pretty much the whole reason why I felt motivated to play Final Fantasy XII again. I wanted to make Basch White Mage because I think it's hilarious. I've done this game before where he's a Black Mage. I did one where he was an Archer, and despite the fact that he's good at the class, it still looks so silly for him to use a bow, because you'd think he's a frontline fighter. His best stats are basically his strength and HP, but he has a very low vitality score, so I wouldn't recommend using him as a tank too much, and instead focus on having him be the heavy hitter of the party. So, yeah, basically Ulan, Monk, Archer. He's also got a pretty fast attack animation, so despite what I said a few minutes ago, he can make a decent Shikari, so because of a high combo rate weapon. He might also function well as a Bushi. His magic score is low, but it's the katanas Bushis get are high combo weapons, so his fast attack animation coupled with high combo weapon could equal lots and lots of damage. Let's see, so we need to go up and find Balthier. I think he or Fran said something about getting a drink, so they're probably at that bar, the Sandsea. Another small reason I kind of wanted to make Basch a white mage was to encourage you to try job combinations on people that would otherwise seem bad. Not that I necessarily want to encourage people playing the game poorly, more I just want to point out that you don't have to perfectly optimize everyone just to beat the game. You can get through it just fine. And hopefully I will be able to get through trial mode just fine to prove my point even further. Hopefully, but I never tried.
A lot of kids lost their parents in the war. Mine had already died before that. The plague took them both.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's okay. It's been 5 years now. After that, I lived with my friend Penelo and her family. Then the war came.
I am sorry.
You don't have to keep apologizing. Really, it's all right. I know it wasn't your fault. I see that now. You didn't kill my brother. It was the Empire. My brother trusted you. And he was right.
And something weird to notice in that cutscene, but it really seems like the people of Dalmasca had shirts described to them, but they don't really understand what a shirt is. Because, I mean, Vaan just wears a vest, Penelo wears a onesie, and then Amalia and Basch have shirts on, but they're very poorly done. Oh, hey, look who's here.
As I said, a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? What I am understanding is it took Penelo because of you.
What? What about Penelo?
Oh, Vaan, they've taken Penelo. And there was a note for this Balthier. Come to the Muserba mines, it said.
It's Begamnon. He was in Albina.
If anything were to happen to that sweet child, why, I've her parents' memory to consider. You're going to go to her aid, and that's that. That's what you Sky Pirates do, isn't it?
I don't respond well to orders. You do know that the Imperial fleet is massing at Bujerba?
Fine, then I'll go. You at least have an airship, don't you? Just get me there and I'll find Penelo myself.
I'll join you.
Huh?
I have some business there as well.
An audience with the Marquis, by chance?
Balthier, just take us, and this is yours.
The gods are toying with us.
Make yourselves ready. We leave soon.
Right.
Alright, and we got Balthier and Fran back. I told you they wouldn't be gone long. Begamnon's note can only be referring to the Lusu mines and Bujerba. We'll leave at once. When you're ready, meet me in the Aerodome. I should imagine it's still by the West Gate. We weren't in Albina that long. Do be quick. I'd like to save your girl and be rid of this headache as soon as possible. Alright, so they're back too, and we're only allowed 3 party members, so for now, we're going to stick with just the guys. Fran will swap with Balthier once he's a level past her, and then I'll just keep swapping between Fran and Balthier as they gain levels. Since I'm going to have them both functioning as tank-ish characters, it seems like the best move for me. That, and I want to make sure everyone gets screen time. So, before we head out to Bujerba, I'm going to make sure I get Basch equipped with all the right stuff so he can start white maging effectively. Let's see. Yeah, he starts in a set of heavy armor. I'm gonna swap that out for that pointy hat we found in the Barheem Passage, and then we're gonna go into Amal's weaponry here. And there should be a serpent rod that I can equip him with. Before we get that, though, I'm gonna sell this extra mage masher I found. I think that's the best staff I can get, and we'll be getting our last party member, not in Bujerba, but soon-ish. So I'm gonna hold on to that just in case it's the best staff I can get. And here we go, things to sell. Dark Stone, also the name of an RPG on the PlayStation that I really liked. Green liquid, water stones, earth stones, wind stones. If we were on Pokemon, we'd be able to evolve so many things. Alright, let's see what they got. Yeah, down there at the bottom is the worst stuff. And yeah. Okay, no serpent rod, but we do have a regular rod, so I'm gonna go ahead and buy that. And Basch is gonna start smacking people with his rod. Now, even though it was weaker than this mithril blade that he had equipped right away, which I'm just gonna sell, don't really need that. I actually would recommend having your white mage equip rods for the most part in this early part of the game. Rods, what they'll do is they increase the user's MP, or I should say wielder's MP, and for a not so talented mage like Basch, that's going to be very, very useful. However, if you do need better damage output, then go ahead and ignore my suggestion there. But definitely get your white mage or black mage or red mage into mystic armor, so that way their spells can be as effective as possible. That was all the new So, finally, we're going to head to the magic shop to make sure we got all the right magic. Well, all of the magics. And all the techniques. Oh yeah, one thing that I have been doing that proves that I'm a filthy casual is that there are certain items in this game called monographs that you can unlock by talking to shopkeepers a certain number of times. If I weren't a filthy casual, I would have talked to all the right shopkeepers the right number of times to unlock all that stuff. So that way it would be there in the inventory, and then I could just, or in the bazaar, and then I could just buy it when I finally save up the money that I need for it. But I'm not gonna do that because I don't really care, and I'll get to it one way or another. Although I should care more. It's the monographs make it so that creatures drop more items when you kill them, and you definitely want that. Let's see, does this guy have any new techniques? He does not. But I do want to stop by the Gambit shop, which I haven't actually been to in Rabanastre, but they should, not only should they be open, they should have quite the selection of Gambits that I'll want to pick up. And then after that, we're going to go back to the Sand Sea and pick up a new hunt mark, and then once that's dead, we should be all set to go to Rabanastre. Or not Rabanastre, all set to go to Bujerba and rescue Penelo. Alright, and that reminds me of the thought I forgot to finish, is that people in Dalmasca don't seem to understand how shirts work. Because, like, oh, what am I trying to say? Oh, yeah, because, like, Basch, Vaan, and Amalia, they were all wearing weird shirts. Vaan just has that, wait, I already said that. Vaan just has the vest and yada yada yada. And they just, none of them really wear the shirt right. Let's see, let's get ally status equals reflect. Ally status equals lure. And then all the ones for various status conditions. It's generally pretty handy to have these gambits that target allies with status conditions, so that way if you want to make sure you're using a specific item for a specific status condition, you can just do that. For the most part, it's really not going to be all that useful. Like if you use the item that cures sleep, I think it's called the Prince's Kiss. If you have it set to ally any and then use that item, then they'll only use it on allies who are asleep. But There is an item called a remedy in this game that cures a variety of status ailments, and sometimes it can only cure specific ones. So you may want to set up gambits to take care of that specifically. Let's see. A foe item amount greater than or equal to 10 could be good. Let's go with foe, 3 or more, 4 or more, 5 or more, 2 or more. Just in case I get a skill that hits enemies in an area of effect, I can target them specifically. Or you use that one specifically. And then you want to get these, you want to get foe flying and maybe foe undead. And then I'd recommend getting these elemental vulnerable and element weak gambits. The characters are a little stupid when it comes to these. Their idea of vulnerable is the enemy doesn't absorb the damage. So that's a little disheartening. So, for example, if an enemy is immune to an element and your character can use that element and you have them set up to target that element, they're still going to try and use that element against an enemy who is immune to it because they don't understand that an immunity means it's not effective. Bunch of idiots. Anyway, I just need to buy foe weak to fire and weak to lightning. Ah yeah, fire weak and lightning weak. And then I'm also going to grab the one for bravery and haste. So that way you can target specific enemies with specific status conditions. Now that we have all that set up, we're going to go into gambits, and we're going to make sure Basch has all the right ones. So his top priority is ally any, and he is going to... I'm going to set it up for a Phoenix down first. If I can find them. There it is. And then, when an ally's HP falls to 50%, he's going to cast Cure. He's basically going to be taking over healing duties from Fran. And then, foe with the lowest HP. Attack! And then, I'm also going to set up a status condition healing one. Let's see. Oh, yeah, right. Ally any. I think we're going to run into poison a bit more than anything else right now. So, ally any poisoner. And then I'm going to change Fran's healing gambit to an ally with less than 30% health and potion. So that way she's focusing on attacking more often. And yeah, just generally being all around useful. Anyway, back to the Sand Sea, and we will accept a new hunt. I think it's one that we can handle pretty effectively with our current group, but I could be wrong because the game likes to make a liar out of me. Games often like to do that. Most things in life like to do that. Like working in customer service, I think, oh hey, it's not going to be such a bad day, and that's what turns out to be the worst day ever in the history of mankind. Anyway, we're going to hunt down this flowering cactoid. It's a spiteful beast, threatens desert travelers, and now fixes its gaze upon our humble camp. We can ignore this threat no longer. Hunters, to arms! Oh yeah, let's go speak to the petitioner. This is going to be the very first petitioner that is not in the city of Rabanastre. He's in that section of the Ester Sand. And speaking of petitioners, Ghastly said he has something special for us and that we should drop by the bazaar when we get a chance. So, let's go talk to him, and then we'll head out the east gate and hunt down that cactoid. So, Muthru Bazaar. I love the Moogling. Not sure if I like it being run by Moogles, but take what you can get. Let's see. Now, there's Ghastly. Oh, hello. I wanted to thank you again for your help. Our shipment arrived safely and business has been brisk. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten our arrangement. Go to a nearby shop, any will do, and look in the bazaar goods. I put together a little something from the goods we received. You shouldn't have any trouble finding it. That unlocks one of those monographs I was talking about. Let's see. yeah, the Forgotten Grimoire. That gives you a monograph. I forget which one exactly, but as you can see, it is hella expensive. They're also selling the spell Oil. Oil is a unique status condition that makes enemies more susceptible to fire. It's pretty useful, I suppose. Really handy if you have someone as a red mage. And even if you don't have someone as a red mage, well, black mages can use it well too. And there are a few fire elemental weapons and ammunition for bows and such. Anyway, here we are at the East Gate. So let's just head on out there. We got all our gambits set up. We accepted the hunt. Let's go into the Estersand. And let's take my own advice for once and run around as our tankiest character, Balthier. Don't know why I'm suddenly rolling R's. I just like to do that a lot. I guess on the way there, I can continue to be stumped about what I should be talking about. Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway, the mini-series I don't know if I should call it a mini-series, but the whatever you want to call it that I've been working on, it's probably not going to be up anytime soon. I'm basically putting everything together from scratch, and it's the first time ever doing something like that, for me anyway. So it's gonna take a lot of work. I want to make it work really well though, but it's basically just gonna be an opinion/discussion piece. So if there's anything you want to ask me about and get my opinion on, let me know and I can work it into something. Hopefully I just gotta stay motivated. I can do that. I can do that! Anyway, we're here. You're here about the bill I posted? That's the first good news I've had all day. So, you'll accept the hunt? So, you'll hunt this flowering cactoid for me? Accept! That's what I wanted to hear, so let's tell you what you need to know. You probably saw some creatures that look like cactuses on your way here from Ravenaster. Speak of the devil! You've seen them before, right? Mostly they keep to themselves. Mostly. But every now and then, a different sort of cactoid comes along, has a flower on its head. They're the troublemakers. Smarter than your average cactoid, and they have a taste for blood. Can't count how many times they've attacked the outpost. But they don't dare attack while I'm on watch. They tried that once and learned their lesson. Look, there it is now. The flowering cactoid's the one up front. Look at it there, mocking us, with a flower on its head. They did a number on this poor Sikh's belongings, too. Needles everywhere. Excuse me. I'd hunt it down myself, but I'm stuck here on watch. I asked a passing merchant to submit the bill for me, and that's where you come into the story. The flowering cactoid's been lurking out in the Yardang Labyrinth. Do us all a favor and hunt it down for me. Flowering cactoid, the hunt begins. Oh, and when you kill it, don't forget to take the flower. The apothecaries can make a potent salve from its petals. Alright, so now we're gonna go out to this part of the Estersand. This is the Yardang Labyrinth. And we're gonna find ourselves a flowering cactoid. It's mostly not all that dangerous. It's pretty similar to any other cactoids you've encountered. The biggest danger to watch out for is that it has a skill called 1,000 Needles that will do exactly 1,000 points of damage. It'll use that when it gets to low health, so be careful. It also likes to run away when it's low on health, so just hunt it down and you'll be good to go. Anyway, I think I saw it a bit to the north here. Yep, there it is, right there. And it's got some buffs on it. Protect and haste. So let's see. I was looking for a Dispel Moat so I could get rid of the haste, but I don't have one. Yeah, look at how tiny it is. It's so cute. I want one as a pet. Most hunt enemies, they'll have buffs on them. So it's really, really handy to have Dispel. It's white magic, so I think your white mages will be able to take care of that for you. Yeah, there it goes, running away. It also seems to have a very high dodge rate, so there's something to think about too. Dodge, parry, and counters. And Basch is attacking a wolf for some odd reason. Did I set his gambits up right? Foe with the lowest HP. Oh! I have these guys' gambits set up wrong. I forgot to change it back from the Mimic Queen. Lowest HP instead of highest max HP. That explains it. I don't know if the flowering cactoid can heal itself, and that's why it's running away. I mean, even if it knows Cure, it's not going to be able to cast it right now, because Vaan was able to pull off silencing it. And speaking of it using items, let's see if I can steal. Go, Balthier! He missed. It misses a lot. I would not recommend setting up a gambit to have your character steal. They're a little stupid when it comes to gambits like that. They'll continue to spam steal even after they can't steal anymore. I'm actually going to try that again. And to try and make it easier, let's have Vaan steal something too. Yeah, Balthier and Fran both start off with that too. Oh, Balthier got something, and Vaan is blinded, so let's go ahead and take care of that. And anyway, it shouldn't take too much longer to finish this stupid thing off. Except it just keeps dodging and dodging and dodging. At this point, I'm really regretting selling Balthier's gun. But we've almost got it here anyway. Yeah, maybe I should have tried to spell. Well, you know what? It's almost dead anyway. You know, I'll just kill it now. And once it is down, just like that, we get the fancy title card and a cactus flower. But that's gonna have to do it for this episode. This has been Spaced Oyster. Thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.